I got no words.
Yeah. Yeah. This team now has lost 13 straight games, I believe, in September. Their last September win came against Detroit in 2018 with one Sam You Stink Donald.
Who wasn't started the game with an interception.
Interception, yeah. We beat Detroit opening day 2018 in September. We haven't won another game in September since. I believe we're 0-13, and we haven't won an opening week 1 game since 2018. But we want to talk about how good of a team we are. I want to hear all these Jet fans tell me now, what's next, Jet fans? The only saving grace I could think of, Kevin, and I know you don't even think it's a saving grace, is Zach Wilson comes back and he's mobile, so he won't be stuck in cement.
Well, listen, compared to what I saw today, hurry up, Zach.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. At this point, all right, unless Zach heals and he's ready to go in week 2, I'm ready for Mike White. I know Jet fans don't like him, and but
he should have started the second half.
My God,
because I don't know what that was that we saw.
And Salah to say that, yeah, Flacco wasn't perfect, but we didn't do anything to help him out.
Help him out? He stood there like a statue. Mummy is what the word that came to my mind was mummy.
Yeah. No, we're going to jump around here because it's week 1. We're aggravated. Again, we saw inept on the field. We saw shit on the field. And I don't want to hear people say, calm down, it's week 1, relax.
Look at all the games today that came down to the wire. Teams fighting, man, fighting.
Kevin, I'm glad you said that, because I looked over to my spouse and I said to her, watch the bottom line and look at all these scores in the 4th quarter. Other than the Miami game, which was over, we were the only team out of it. Detroit still had a fighting chance. The Colts and Houston fighting chance. Bengals fighting chance. Those last 15 seconds of the Saints game was better than anything we witnessed all day of 60 minutes from the goddamn Jets.
I mean, I got some first half notes here.
Before you even go on, Kevin, before you even go on with reality or whatever you want, I don't even, whatever the word is, I know it's a Jet podcast, but when the New York Mets score the same amount of runs as the friggin' Jets, something's wrong with this offense, and Salah is going to lose his job if he doesn't either fire Salah, fire LaFleur, fire Albright. You want all your buddies with you. Your buddies are going to cost you a job. This offense was pathetic today.
What offense? Flacco like a statue. Horrible play calling on the second drive. He looked like, sometimes they showed Flacco and he was like,
he didn't care. This is a guy who should retire. How the hell did he throw for over 300 yards today?
Complete ineptness, field goal shank.
Yeah.
And something else, I don't know what you thought about it. The catch, no catch, fumble, no fumble in the first half by the Ravens. Salah had the challenge flag in his hand standing on the sidelines. He never threw it. And of course, the Ravens come up to the line, boom.
You know what, Kevin? At the end of the first quarter, we were down 3-0, and it had to do mainly because Flacco threw an interception that put them on good field. But our defense in that first half, even though
it was lights out, man. It was lights out.
It was unreal.
Lights out.
I don't even have the numbers on how bad Lamar's numbers were in that first half.
I think eventually our defense got to the point where, hell, they Our offense ain't going to score. So what are we killing ourselves for?
Yeah, you could look at it this way. You could look at it that way. I look at it this way. It was another time where our defense came out of the tunnel in the second half and had no legs and didn't want to play anymore because the Ravens took over in the third quarter, put 14 points on the board. We had no, and listen, again, I'm jumping around. I don't want anyone to tell me, oh, Corey Davis had a good game. It was in garbage time. It was in frigging when we needed him to get that first down, I think, on the second possession of the game, and he missed it. But yet we're going to keep Mims inactive. Trade the fucking guy already and get something if you're not going to play him. Because to watch Corey Davis when the game means something, drop balls, being shit to me. I don't care if he catches 7 goddamn balls in the fourth quarter when we're down 21 points. Jet fans, stop kidding yourselves.
Unbelievable. Second half, offense continues to be an app under Flacco. Poor O-line play, as usual. Flacco looks old, like he doesn't even want to be there. These are notes I'm taking as I'm watching the game.
He had better smiles on his face greeting his old Ravens, who's ever on that team that he still knows, because, and hugging the coaches. Are you kidding me?
Can't score, can't punt, can't kick field goal.
Yeah. You got rid of Eddie Pinheiro for Greg the Leg Zuerlein. Why? Because he's been in the league forever? He misses the field goal and the extra
point.
And let me tell you something, Kev. Our defense was playing well. Why the hell on that 4th and something they didn't go for it instead of trying to kick a 45-yard field goal in a sloppy, wet Meadowlands Stadium, wherever the hell we play now, MetLife.
And I'm going to throw our punter under the bus too.
Yeah,
what the hell was
He's
that?
Gotta go.
What was that? What was that?
That's
a 20-yard punt?
Yeah.
A 20-yard. I could kick it 20 yards.
I thought I was watching Aguilar again. What was his name? Aguilera, whatever that freaking punt that we had that sucked back then. I have nothing to say. You cannot, and we know we're going to hear all our buddies tell you, it's only week 1. Enough of this is only week 1. It's not only week 1. It's the last 10, 11 years now of this bullshit. But Mims was right. On September 1st, when they interviewed,
he said he was going to be inactive,
I'm going to be inactive.
Yep.
Joe, if you're not going to play him, Joe, and Salah's not going to play him, and LaFleur can't think out of the box to get Mims some plays, trade the guy. We're better off with a bag of balls than him because you're not playing him. I don't get it. I'm so aggravated, Kevin. This is bullshit to sit here every week and I watch this team. Meanwhile, there were 6 other nail-biting games that I watched down the end.
With teams that competed. Even the freaking Jaguars competed.
My God, Detroit Lions.
The Texans.
Yeah, and that game finished in a tie. Yeah, they blew it by giving up, I think, 14 points in the final, but it was a tie. It was a tie.
But they played. They showed up. They played.
We all talk about Tua can't throw the ball, can't do this, but they beat New England. They slapped New England. 9 friggin' points in our building. Another September loss.
On your home opener. All pumped up.
13 in a row.
Yeah. Flacco, 37 for 59.
And that tells you the offense. And listen, everyone was worried about Max Mitchell. And listen, I'm not the X's and O's guys. And someone please tell me what I missed. But we didn't hear the kid all day. To me, means he played well. Because you didn't hear from him. And here's another thing. Right. Everyone's going to rimp Fant. And I get it. Fant sucked today. But can you blame the guy, Kevin? Left tackle, right tackle, left tackle, right. The guy doesn't know if he's coming or is going. And then what happens now? In 4 weeks, Dwayne Brown comes back and we move him again?
Or leave Mitchell there.
This is why Fant probably wants out. And I can't blame him. You can't. We're ping-ponging back and forth. Where's the depth at right tackle? Where's the depth at left tackle that we got to move Fant back and forth? And he's going to get crushed by every Jet fan out there. Oh, Fant stunk, blah, blah, blah. And Lakeland Tomlinson was no better either in my mind.
No, the whole offensive line sucked. You know, then you had Mummy back there that didn't help. Come on.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't
The last hit, one of the last hits, it could have been the last one. He's standing there. He didn't even know the guy was coming, and he just got clobbered.
Yeah. And the kid that I wanted for this O-line, okay, and I believe he started today for the Baltimore Ravens at center, Trevor Lindstrom, the kid from Iowa that I begged the Jets to get, that everyone said I was crazy to get a center that high, started today for Baltimore.
Man, offense came out of the gate. Carter pops that big run. I'm like, yeah, all right,
Yeah.
here we go. No.
Yeah.
That was that. That was that.
Yeah. Yeah. Jermaine Johnson and Jacob Martin get a sack. Quincy Williams gets a sack. I'm thinking, Quinton Williams. I'm thinking this defense. Yeah, this defense. And I thought this defense will have to keep us in games this year. But then they came out in the third quarter and they were like, oh, they saw the writing on the wall. They saw the writing on the wall.
You know, and then Carter redeems himself by dropping a touchdown pass.
Yeah.
When he just could have walked right in. I mean, another crap throw, another off throw from Flacco, but he still should have had it.
And let me ask you a question, Kev. Why does this, and it seems this is an in-house with this organization. You got this kid, Jared Wilson, who played okay today. If I'm LaFleur, my play is right off the bat, get him the ball. With first play, throw him the ball.
He's our
future. We didn't see a ball to him to the second quarter? Where he made that nice catch. The fans were electrified. He almost got the first down for us.
Those couple of moves, and man, like they said, you could see how he put his head down and just dove forward. You know, a little more experience.
But I get that. But the experience is going to come. I'm LaFleur. The first play of the game was slant up the middle to Garrett Wilson, get his feet wet, and let's go. No, we're going to throw it to Corey Davis, and the ball going to slip through his hands. I'm tired of Corey Davis, Kev. I'm ready for Mims. Listen, I don't want to hear all these X's and O's people tell you, you know as much as I do. You watch the same goddamn I do.
What did we call him last year? Corey Hands of Stone Davis.
Yeah. And please, I don't want to read tomorrow on all these social medias, people telling you, Davis finished with a good game. He finished one to grow on. Bullshit, it was garbage time. It was garbage time.
6 catches for 77 yards.
Yeah. Yeah. All in garbage time. Wilson
4 for 52. Moore 5 for 49. But with 59 passes, man, they should have had a lot more yards than that.
Well, Kevin, let me read you something.
Right?
59
passes.
Give me a second. Let me pull this up. Let me just read you something. Without saying the score, all right? These are the first half stats. Baltimore had 11 rushing yards to the Jets 74. Baltimore had 81 passing yards to the Jets 95. Baltimore had 92 total yards to the Jets 169. Baltimore had 6 first downs to the Jets 10. In your head, what's the score? If I just read these stats to you, you didn't watch the game. We're doing our own show. You write one team, I talk about another.
Close, right?
What?
Be pretty close, right?
Well, you think the Jets were friggin' winning? They were losing 10-3. Because they were 0-6 on third down conversions and got 1 third down conversion the whole game.
Pathetic.
Meanwhile, Buffalo the other night against the Super Bowl champs were 90% on third downs.
You know, at
I want to
17,
hear.
at 17-3, I wrote down, I'm going to stop taking notes because it's nothing but a big goose egg. The game's over.
So Kevin, I know you can. It's not about if you can read it, but see, halfway through the page, that's the end of the second quarter. I wrote balls for the rest of the game because there was nothing to write other than man was horrible and Zerline is horrible.
Yep.
And thank God Conklin caught the touchdown, or it would have been 3 points.
And, you know, the turnovers, man, Brees Hall, Conklin, Flacco. Come on, man. You're not going to beat a good team like that.
And let me ask you something, all right? Who got beat on the touchdown earlier in the game? I wrote it down. What's his name? I can't think of his friggin' name now. I'm so aggravated. Oh yeah, the cornerback Hall got beat on the touchdown, right?
Yes,
he was all over the guy, but the guy still found a way. And people are going to say, oh, what else did you want him to do? You know what I want him to do? Maybe not cut Peanut. Maybe play Brandon Eccles a little more. And let me tell you, Kevin, I'm with you, and I was with every Jet fan. I was so happy we got Reed, and I know why we got Reed. But Reed, you intercept the ball, and then you go in the middle of the 50-yard line and get on your knees and do this as if you just got us into the playoffs with that? Or that was the catch that got us into a Super Bowl? Or even won us the game today? We were down 24-3, and you acted like you were just the savior who got us the first win.
You always point. Look at the scoreboard.
I was so disgusted with that. I wish this goddamn guy wasn't even on my team. What was that? You're down 24-3.
Well, it's the same as I saw guys making first downs 24-3, and they're getting up and going, yeah, come on.
Now, unless I missed it, I wish everyone would take a page out of what Conklin did. He caught the touchdown and walked off the field. Why? Because it's 24-9. What is it going to take for this team to just wake up?
I don't know.
It's the same garbage all the time.
And hey, look at Cleveland and Carolina today.
Yeah. 26-24. Cleveland won in the final seconds. 26-24. Houston, who I gave no shot this year, fought the Colts tooth and nail 2020. The Falcons, who I thought it was a laughing stock, almost beat the goddamn Saints.
Yep.
With a journeyman Mariota.
Mm-hmm.
I said it to you, Kevin. At some point in the third quarter, I said to you, this might be the worst team in the NFL again. Even Jacksonville gave a hard-fought fight.
Yes. Yeah, everybody was competitive. Everybody. Except one.
Yeah. And all the goodness and the hype, at least I was feeling at halftime from this defense, is gone.
Yeah, man. I mean,
and you know what, Kevin? I don't. And here's the other thing.
What do you even say?
Well, I got more to say. This O-line is for the shits.
Oh yeah.
Because and listen, I understand. Preseason's only 3 games, but this is BS that these guys aren't doing more in practice. This starting lineup was together, what? Not even 21 snaps the whole preseason? What is that?
It's what you saw today. I mean, as much as he was a mummy, the guy took the snap and everybody was there.
Yeah. I don't know I don't know if it's the green and the white, if it's sharing the stadium with another team, that's the curse, the black cloud but this is the same nonsense no matter who puts on this unit. And let me ask you a question. We got Huzama. Did they throw him the ball today? Then why did we trade? Why did we give him why didn't we sign him in free agent? We're not getting him involved. Because I'm tired. I listen to other people and they all wax poetic, and I start to believe. I make my points and I'm starting to believe, and then I watch utter shit today.
I mean, normally I'd be freaking so pissed off, but I was pissed off in the first half. And then the second half, I just sat there and say, I'm so used to this.
Yeah,
I guess it's the same thing.
I guess that's why you're so calm and I'm
yeah.
Because I was so the fact that we were keeping Lamar calm. He wasn't burning us. We sacked him a few times. The defense looked quick. Everyone looked great. I was thinking this second half, this offense is gonna put it together. And
no spark, no nothing. Sometimes if you watch the offense in the first half,
I'm listening.
Sometimes they were, especially Flacco. It was just like,
listen to this quote now. Unless this, wait, listen to this quote. Unless this quote was taken down wrong by the reporter, Joe Flacco says the Jets are battling, convincing themselves that they are good because they know they're good. That's why sometimes there is a lack of juice. What does that mean? Did he have a concussion, Flacco?
Read that again. Read that again.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I could. I should have took it. Maybe I took a
read
snapshot.
Read that again. Because that's the funniest thing I've heard all day.
Let me see if I took a snapshot of it because I lost the quote. The quote was on my screen. I should have snapshot. I'm going to try to find it. Give me a second. Let me just go through my phone a second. See if I can find it again. I probably won't be able. Oh, yeah. Here's the quote. Now, unless this was written down wrong by the reporter, Joe Flacco says the Jets are battling, convincing themselves that they are good because they know they're good. That's why sometimes there is a lack of juice. Or was it supposed to say the Jets are battling, convincing themselves that they are not good because they know they're not good? That's why I don't know what. Either way, I don't know what the quote means.
What did I just say? Did I just say it was like?
Yeah, but I don't understand. How could you be battling to convince yourselves you're good because you know you're good, and that's why there's no juice? I don't get it. I think the man had a concussion. Either that or the quote was written down wrong. I mean, I sat there in the beginning of the game. I was so proud. The Jet fans were there. They came out in full force. They sang the national anthem loud. They even played the fans singing it, how loud it was. We were so pumped that whole first half. And then that second half, it was like they turned all the volume down because you heard nothing but a couple of boos after that. Mm-hmm. Boo, that's it.
No, like I said, the first half I was ballistic. I was like messaging you every 5 minutes. Yeah.
I was so,
but then by the middle of the second half,
yeah,
like I said, 17-3, that was it for me.
And even though we were losing 10-3 at the half, Kevin, that 10-3 for me just felt a little different than past. I really thought we were going to come out of the gate. We got our feet wet. Flacco's going to feel it. LaFleur's going to open it up. And the defense gave up 14 points.
17-3, I said to you, I got that feeling. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. I said, this offense ain't scoring no points.
Yeah.
They're not scoring.
And maybe this is just out of sure aggravation. If Lofton and Catalano never call a Jet game again, I am so happy because those two stink. Those two are the worst. But because we stink, this is the team we're gonna get for
So
the
you
next
get
15
the
weeks.
you get the Z team,
Yeah.
not the B team,
No.
but the Z team.
Yeah. If I had to hear, and even in the first half when we were playing well, if I had to hear Lofton tell you why the Ravens weren't playing well because the ball was wet and it was a slippery ball, I was going to jump on the TV and choke that man. Nothing against him as a player, but an analysis, put a bullet in my head. I never want to hear him again. And we're going to hear him next week in Cleveland. A team that I thought we could beat, and Brissett did well today. And what is that pass rush going to do to us? And let me tell you something, Kevin. This defensive coordinator for the Ravens, I believe this is his first year as the head defensive coordinator. He's worlds better than Ulbrich.
Oh, yeah.
And you might want to, and some fans might tell me, well, we have better horses than you. No, you don't. Our defensive line is deep as deep can be. And I heard everyone on the Bleacher Report app telling, oh, this defensive line is fast. Everyone they bring in, thank God for depth. Well, where did it go in the second half? I told you Albrecht should have been fired last year. Salah is going to lose his job, Kevin, because he's staying too loyal to his friends. And his friends are going to get him fired. He should start taking over the defensive play calling.
You would think. Or have a hand in it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of hand in it he has now, but
my only regret is that the Met game was on and we didn't get to hear the post-game stuff. Maybe it'll be on later tonight because I got to hear what Salah is going to say after this.
I don't know. I caught the tail end of it. It was just, another.
Do you have any quotes? Do you have any quotes from Salah?
No, I caught the very tail end.
Because I didn't catch any of it because the Mets were on in our location, so we don't get to see the Jet press conferences when the Mets are on.
I saw about literally 9-10 seconds of the end, and he looked, solemn as usual.
Yeah, here's another quote from Flacco. We are going to be better than we were today. Well, you can't get any worse. You converted on third down once.
Oh, he got hit too many times.
Yeah, he must have a concussion with these quotes.
Are you kidding
here's another
me?
reporter quoting him.
Are you kidding? Are you
here's another
kidding me?
Reporter with a different quote from Flacco. Flacco says a lot of frustration on offense, missing some of that juice. He takes blame on the interception, wishes he had taken check down. He's a veteran. This is what we're expecting of him.
Well, that's because you don't know. You know how good you can be, so you are that good. What the hell did he say? What was it? What the hell did he say?
We know
again?
We're good. That's why we lack the confidence to be good or whatever. That's why there's no juice. I don't get it. And here's the other thing that killed me.
Incredible.
The Cager penalty, which everyone wanted Cager on the team, and I get it. But again, they didn't throw anything to him to see if he's the real deal. So Cager gets a penalty, and then we follow it with the Flacco interception.
Well, he's got to stop falling down, too, Cage.
But we can't have these penalties followed by stupid plays after that. Like, if you get a penalty, fine. Sweep it under the rug and let's go.
And it's always something. It's always a high throw. The receiver falls down.
Yeah.
You get the first down, you fumble it. It's the same crap.
Yeah.
It's the same crap.
Yeah.
It's
and
we're going to hear crap.
And you know what, Kevin? We're going to hear people tomorrow put a positive spin on Michael Carter's dog. The running back Hall is a dog. Look at these numbers. Where? No. As well as Carter and Hall played, all right, fine. You want to say they played well? Fine. But this team didn't do anything on offense. So how well could they have played?
I mean, other than the play of the defense in the first half, and that you can say, oh, maybe you got somebody in sauce.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah, well, Johnson had the half a sack. Clemens was all over the place for a rookie,
Oh, yeah, defense looked great. I wish Clemens would have fell on the fumble there. But,
The problem I have, Kevin, is I think, again, this Albright, all brick or whatever, all bad, whatever his friggin' name is, that in the second half, the defense did not make any adjustments where the Ravens did,
Yes.
and chopped us
Right.
up in the third quarter. And that was the end of it. And how many times have we seen that story, Kevin? We talked about it last year. We felt good in the first half. We were close, and then we came out and
You know, it's funny you say that because I thought to myself when I'm sitting there and they went to halftime, I said, you know, Ravens and Harbaugh are going to go in and make all these adjustments, and we're not going to make any.
No. And it showed. It showed in that third quarter. What they did is they put 14 points on us, and that was the end of it. They didn't have to score anymore in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter. Game was over.
Yep, that was it. That was it.
And you're going to hear people say, if we can only do in the fourth quarter and start the game like that. We did what we did in the fourth quarter because the Ravens didn't give a rat's ass anymore. The game was won.
So I mean, now what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do next week? You stick with freaking.
You want to know what I do, Kevin? I stick with Flacco for one goddamn quarter.
I mean, what do you do?
And if we're getting the same 3-and-out BS, then I'm going to go to Mike White because it can't get any worse.
You know what I do?
Go ahead.
At this point, waiting for Zach. At this point, I start White. I bring up Strevler from the practice squad. Install some creative freaking plays for him to come into the game. Remember, like Slash used to be, and stuff like. Can you do something? Can you do something to throw everybody's game off?
And you know what,
Kevin?
do something? I've never been the one, at least when me and you talk, like I've never been the one to always be, oh, Kevin, you're crazy. In reality, you are crazy. You can't do that. But this team is so bad and needs something different. I would say, what can you lose if you brought Strevler in the goddamn game? Seriously.
Remember, like we used to do with Brad Smith?
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, Kevin, do I think what you're saying is really outside the box thinking? Yeah. Is it a little nutty? Yes. But at this point, this team needs something a little nutty because this BS that they're feeding us every Sunday does not work.
I mean,
how long? Give me a second. That stadium today was packed. How many more weeks is it going to be packed if we're 0-6? We're 0-7. We're 1-5.
It starts getting cold.
Yeah.
Rains. Who the hell wants to go watch that, right? Yeah. I know. I've been there.
What's that stadium? If we're 0-2 next week and Cincinnati's coming in, who's probably really fuming that they lost a bad one today because their field goal kicker missed it, and then they tied the game up in regulation, and then Minka Fitzpatrick blocked the extra point. So they're going to be pissed for the next 18 weeks. We got to face them in week 3 if we're 0-2. Boy, my rose-colored glasses are broken. I got to get it because I had them at 10-7. I really had this team.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Flacco sat on them.
So my question is, Kev, do we hold our breaths and hope that when Zach comes back, there's some life in this team? If there's no life in this team when this kid comes back, then do we have to start pointing fingers to who? The coaches now, right?
Hey,
and listen, every time I praise him, I also knock him down. So maybe I'm a little nutty myself. But Joe D's first draft, which everyone says, well, he came late. That now with Manda Punter playing as shitty as he is, and Mims inactive, and Becton can't see the field, and the other 5 guys were cut. That Joe Douglas first draft class sucks. Might go down in history as the worst draft class.
And I'm watching the second half and I'm saying to myself, where's the urgency? There's no urgency. No urgency. Everything's
I know, Kevin.
nonchalant.
And the
We
first,
got all the time in the world. Oh, we're down by 3 touchdowns?
yeah.
Nice.
And
All
when
right.
and you know
Take your
what, Kevin?
time.
When we got the ball the first time on offense, and we threw the what was it, a handoff? Michael Carter went to 19 yards, whatever it was. I
Mhm.
saw, boom, we were moving quick. I was like, ooh, this is new. Every 8 seconds, boom, let's run a play. Let's tire them out. We did that for the first drive, and then we went back to huddling. Slow it up. 40-second clock. Hand the ball off. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, couple plays up the middle.
Yeah. Over 30 minutes, me and you sitting here, and I can't think of a positive.
No, like I said, other than the play of the defense in the first half, till they saw that it was a one-sided game and they
But then
weren't
that
getting
was
any help from the offense.
exactly, Kevin. That was wiped away in the second half because it was shitty in the second half.
Right. And like I said, maybe Sauce is going to be a player. We'll see, you
Yeah.
know.
Here's
And
another
maybe
stat,
and
Kevin.
maybe we got a right tackle.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's another stat, Kevin. At halftime, we held the ball 5 more minutes longer than they did, and yet we were losing 10-3. And not that that matters, but it's like we've done everything to win that first half, but put goddamn points on the board.
Yeah, I mean,
And the defense did everything to contain Lamar and that team. That Duvernay, the wide receiver, had 2 touchdowns his whole career, had 2 today. Why are we always the team that guys have their breakout games?
breakout.
Why are we the team that every player signs their big contract? They have the big game against us, and the team opens the checkbook. The big game against us, had the best season the rest of the way. We played Atlanta last year. Pitts looked inept. He had this great game against us, turned on his juices, and set up his whole season.
Yep.
When is our receivers going to do that? Not until our coaches design plays to highlight these good guys.
I remember I used to say last year where everybody's get right game.
Yeah. You don't want to put Mims on the roster, but yet you're going to put who's the 6th receiver right now, Smith or whoever, and those guys aren't doing anything either. Like, how many times do you have to see Davis drop a ball in a key situation? Let me tell you something. I know, Kevin, I'm not a Giant. I know Braxton Berrios and Elijah Moore aren't Giants either. But I would rather see those 2 play all game at receiver and let Davis come in every once in a while.
Listen, there's nothing positive to say except a couple of things. Other than that, it was a freaking disaster as usual.
Yeah, the only positive thing to say is thank heavens we're not playing on a short week.
I almost wish we were.
God, I look forward to all the press conferences this week. Oh, here was one thing I remember Salah saying. On a good note, we escaped the game injury-free. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. But you know what'll happen? We'll lose 2 key guys in practice this week. I don't know anymore.
On non-contact injuries.
Yeah, I don't know anymore with this team. It's like the Cinderella song. The more things change, the more things stay the same. That's all it is. That's what they should play at every Jet game when they come out, because the more things change, the more they stay the same. Did not see anything different from this team.
I said out loud during the game. I said 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
You get a key first down, you fumble the ball.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. Even here where Cager got the bad penalty and then we followed it up with the interception.
Yeah,
it's like we're constantly in quicksand and we keep trying to get out of the quicksand and we go deeper and deeper into the quicksand. Instead of you make a mistake, take a deep breath, brush it under the rug, and let's move forward. But no, it's always 1 mistake leads to 2 mistakes, and then before you know, we're in deep shit again.
You get a nice play on first or second down, you get a holding call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My only apology is that I don't have any of the final numbers. Like, I would love to know how many penalties we finished with, how many yards we had for the total game. What was the
What
final?
after that shit show, what difference does it make?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
You know, that's a burn the tape game.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Kevin,
I
that's
mean, I
it.
don't know how the hell else do you look at
No,
it as
I
usual.
yeah,
You
no,
know,
I agree. I agree. Sorry, Jeff fans, we couldn't give you any positives. Let us know if you saw any positives. Talk Kevin and I off the ledge, but I think there's no coming back. There's no coming back. I could have lived with Kevin, and I said this to you many times. I could have lived with a 24-21 loss because it was a nail biter and we were in it, and it was just a difference of a play here, an inch there. But
21-17, Jackson does something magic late and runs. Okay.
You know, something,
but just a complete like no show for the offense. Come on.
You brought in, and here's what gets me mad, Kevin. And Jet fans, please comment below, like and subscribe. Tell me I'm wrong. I think that towards the ending of the year, Pinheiro had a good season. He was all right. I'm not saying he's great. Did we need to bring in Greg Zuerlein? What did he show you? Because he showed you today he can't make the field goals after 45. And I know the ball was wet and he missed an extra point. A common 22-yard extra point he missed. But we got Pinheiro out of there.
What was it with field goal kickers today?
I don't know. And why as a Jet fan, and I'm not, so hung up on LaMarcus Joyner? What did you see in him that he made this squad?
I don't know.
You couldn't keep the kid around? I don't know. Another. Yeah. Burn the tape, burn the notes, because there's nothing worth growing on here. Nothing
good to talk about.
You know what, Kevin? Whoever, if Salah's the coach down the line or next year, preseason has to be a little more different. These offensive linemen need to play more than 21 snaps before game 1. 21 snaps is not making them gel at all.
And you said people are going to say, I found silver. Listen, the only silver lining is this.
Yeah.
A W.
And I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm going to say it.
And all you got is this.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, Kevin. Everyone will point that Fant having a horrible game, but he's the one guy I'm willing to give a break because first he's the right tackle, then he's the left tackle, then he's the right tackle. Then we're going to bring in someone else. They're buddies. It's okay. So he'll move positions. Let's move him. I'm so glad today. I should have saved the thing that he's pissed with what the Jets are doing to him. So maybe he figures I'm pissed. I'm out of here. I don't give a shit how I play. Fuck this team. Because what? All of a sudden he forgot how to play the position?
Yeah,
or is he just so aggravated that they've been ping-ponging him back and forth?
Well, if you saw during the week, they said he voiced his frustration.
Yeah.
Well, of course he did.
Yeah.
Of course he did. I mean, if you went to work and they kept saying, well, today you're you're going to be, cutting lawns, and then tomorrow you got to work on the space shuttle.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, the day after, you got to go do, come on.
And you know what? If you planned on keeping Mims here, all right, this is, to me, Kevin, this is classless, all right? If you're going to keep Mims, and maybe I'm a Mims supporter, this is why I'm saying it. If you were going to keep Mims here, then play him. If you're not going to keep him here, trade him. I don't want to hear, well, we didn't get anything we felt deemed worthy. You're not getting anything out of him anyway, so just get rid of him. Why? Because you don't want to go somewhere else than being a superstar? Because you idiots can't figure out how to use him? Because he doesn't know all 3 positions on the wide receivers? Please.
He's not worth it. He's not worth anything inactive.
No.
I don't know.
And he's
What do
going
you
to be
say?
inactive next week. He's going to be inactive
Oh
next week
yeah, yes.
because our receivers are so great. Corey Davis, count on Corey to catch the ball when we need it.
Hmm.
Please, please. Anyway, Kevin, that's it. Because I could just sit here and bitch all
Yeah,
night.
yeah. I mean, it's like a merry-go-round.
Yeah,
It's like a merry-go-round.
yeah,
Never stops.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, that's it for me, Kev. I can't do this anymore today.
Round and
Yeah,
around and around.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
All right, brother. We'll
We'll
talk.
talk to you next week.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll burn this tape and we're on to Cleveland.
yeah,
We're on to Cleveland. We're
yeah.
on to Cleveland.
All right.
Channel my Belichick. On to Cleveland.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do here? I'm gonna go throw my dinner up now. So
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
All right.
We'll
I'll
talk.
talk to you later, and we'll talk to you later. Until then, shut up. Have a good one.